We're good?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I can.
Give us your title and your first name and your last name.
My name is Chief Keneally, by Robert Keneally, Chief Robert Keneally. It's spelled Robert. Last name is Kennaley. I am the Chief of Police for the city of Melvindale.
So take us back to the beginning and tell us what happened.
Okay, what I have is at 11:38, one of our officers stated over the radio that he had a suspicious person. At 11:42, another officer radioed stating that an officer is down. It started off at the car wash behind me. From that point, it went into our residential area. A struggle pursued. The officer was trying to make an effective arrest. At that point, there was shots fired, and the officer was down. We are actively looking for this suspect. His name is Michael Lopez. He's a 44-year-old Hispanic male. So we have ATF, we have all of Downriver, every agency looking for him. So the biggest thing right now is for him to turn himself in, because it's only a matter of time before we will catch you. With what's going on in today's world, obviously this saddens us, and it's a reality check that, we're human, and it's unfortunate. And my full condolences to the family, to the Melvindale Police Department, and to all the residents of the city of Melvindale. That's pretty much where we're at right now. Just there was only one that I know of, that I've been told.
What can you tell us about the officer who was killed?
The officer that was killed, I'm not going to give his name in respect to his family, but he went through, we sponsored him through Wayne Regional Police Academy. He's been on the job for just over a year. He was a very dedicated and wonderful person. His heart and soul was into this job and the residents of the city of Melvindale. So this is his home. He actually went through the school system here, all the way through middle school, high school. So he's a graduate from Melvindale High.
Chief, can you tell us how old was he?
No, I can't.
You said a little off camera about how did this start? Like, this was like a suspicious person, right?
And that's exactly what it was. So the the officer was doing his job, saw these individuals with bags that didn't have a vehicle. They were just hanging around the car wash, and with all their bags. So he wanted to investigate it, try to get a feel of, if they needed help, if they're homeless, just to understand what they were doing here. And by doing so, when he pulled up, that's when Lopez took off running, and he went after him. And that's when there was a struggle. The officer, from my understanding, had taken out his taser and was trying to tase him during the struggle and the fight. But Lopez ended up murdering our officer today.
Can you talk about the other person that Lopez was with?
It was just a friend that was with him. They had stayed at one of our hotels, and so they were, I guess, they checked out and they were on their way someplace else. So she's being detained and questioned to find out exactly what she knows, if any history on him. So again, at this time, it's one of those things to where, it's very hard situation to where, again, my heart bleeds for the family, my heart bleeds for my officers, or the officers, and my heart bleeds for this community. This is something that should have never taken place, and it's. I'm trying to, hold my emotions in as well. This is definitely a hard situation for all of us. But I truly believe that we are going to catch this guy. You know, with all the agencies and the support that I'm receiving, I know we're going to catch him. It's just a matter of time. So that's where, you know, the best thing for him to do is to turn himself in. Friends and family, you know the name. I just gave you the name. So you know where he's at. The best thing to do is call us so then we could do our job and justice can be served. If you do have any information, you can contact Melvindale Police Department at 313-429-1070. And, you know, either that or you can contact Airborne Dispatch and give the information to them. If you do see this individual, do not try to stop him. Do not try to detain him. The best thing to do is call 911 and tell us where he's at. If you go to Melvindale Police Department web page, it's on our Facebook. We do have the exact same information that I'm giving out, along with pictures of this suspect. So any help would be greatly appreciated at this time.
And one last question about Lopez. I mean, did he have prior warrants? I mean, does he have a criminal record? You know, what's his background?
To my knowledge, he does have an extensive background. I'm not sure if he was on parole at this time or what it was, but you know, he does have a criminal history for assault for the exact same thing that took place with you know, B&Es, and now he's got homicide on his jacket.
Chief, Chief, have you expanded the perimeter? Because when we got here, it was concentrated. Now it feels like it's expanded. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, it was concentrated here because, you know, we had some good intel that he was still in the area. So ATF agents and Detroit Major Task Force Unit were out and about looking, going through each neighbor backyards to see if we can locate this individual. Once we found out that he was no longer in the area, that's where we're broadening our scope of looking for this individual.
So you believe he's still in Metro Detroit?
He's definitely still in Metro Detroit. So again, you know, he's on foot. So unless someone called and picked him up, you know, he's somewhere in Metro Detroit.
Where did the struggle happen? Did it happen in the lot here of the car wash, or did it happen in a neighborhood?
No, it happened in a residential backyard. So when the officer approached them to find out what they were doing, that's when Lopez took off running. They went across the street and went into a resident's backyard, and that's where the struggle took place. So the fence over there is pretty good size. So, you know, the officer was able to grab onto him and bring him back. And then, you know, at that point, that's where the struggle ensued.
Chief, one last question though. We still see a heavy police presence over here, and rightly so because of the crime scene. Could you talk to us right now in terms of like what's happening here at the moment?
Right now, everybody's, all the agency heads are putting everything together, and we are getting a good strategy of what our next steps will be. And where we go from here as far as doing everything that we can within our power to find this individual and put him behind bars.
Has the weapon been retrieved?
Yes.
And as far as the friend he was with, I mean, is she cooperating with police?
I don't know. I've been here on scene since I got the phone call, and I've been here since. So I know she was taken to one of the police agencies and was questioned there.
Sir, this has been like the third fatal police shooting in Metro Detroit in less than the last month. That's unprecedented. Or put it this way, it's been a long time since that's happened.
Yeah, in the city of Melvindale, we haven't. I can't even remember the last time that we had an officer that passed away doing their job. So it's a first here, and it's again, these are officers that have families. These are officers who want to go home at night. These officers are here to protect and serve. And here you got a young officer that has just over a year that has been murdered by someone that shouldn't be on the streets, obviously. he's a danger to society, and now we have an officer down.
He didn't work at any other department before this, right?
No. Again, we sponsored him through the police academy, and he was working with us, so we're the only department that he worked with. He's fresh out of the academy. That this is somebody, again, this is an officer who had his heart and soul. This is an officer who put his heart and soul into this job and to this community. And it's outrageous that something like this took place. And again, my full-hearted condolences to the family. My goal is to make sure, and everybody that's working here today, our goal is to make sure that we get this guy behind bars to where he's not a threat to society or any other officer.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yep.
And you guys will give us updates? I mean,
I'll give you
obviously
updates
if you
as
catch
we
him,
get it.
or
If we
like-
catch him, most definitely,
Okay.
I'll put that out as well.
You guys, how long do you think you're going to be out here tonight?
So as long as it takes. So, until we catch this guy, and that's what it comes down to. We might not.
Might not be.
It might end here,
Yeah.
but it's not going to end.
The chief put it out on his Facebook page too, so there are pictures of him and his last known appearance, so, on a bike, no shirt, no pants, you have like basketball shorts, so that should be out there, so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.